What's up guys, my name is Nicole and today I'm gonna kind of do like a combined video. So it's gonna be like advice for if you're going into high school, and right now I'm about to end my second week of junior year, and so I'm gonna kind of share like what my thoughts are about junior year and everything that I've learned so far. So let's get on into it. I know that like most people have probably already gone back to school or are about to, but I kind of was a little bit busy. And before we start this video, I'm gonna open my Starbucks because I think the most like satisfying sound is when you open the Starbucks. Where's the? Oh. Obviously not that, but this. Ready? Can we get a good one? And I'm on my balcony because it's pretty nice out today. It's 74 and sunny, and then I got a little snack. These are actually really good. So my first piece of like advice if you're going into high school is honestly like if you're coming from a small junior high and going into like a big high school with like a bunch of middle schools or junior highs combined, it's gonna seem scary, but like that's how my high school was. So my elementary school, and then when I went into middle school, which is just a junior high, it was 7th and 8th grade for me. There was 6 elementary schools combined into that one middle school, so it was already kind of a lot of people. But then going into my high school, there's like somewhere between like 2 to 4 middle schools, because I know the middle school I went to split up in half, and I think another one did as well, but you know, that's besides the point. But honestly, like high school seems like really scary, especially with like the upperclassmen. But like, one, the upperclassmen aren't scary, and 2, honestly, high school is like not that bad as it seems. Like the first week or so, it's gonna be like, okay, yeah, like I don't know where any of the classes are, you're probably gonna be worried. And like maybe about like lunch, I knew I was pretty scared about lunch, like making sure I had friends to sit with and everything. But honestly, like don't like go into it as if you're overconfident, just like go into it as if like you're not scared. Pretty much high school is not as bad as it seems. Honestly, like upperclassmen aren't that scary. Like now that I'm a junior, I'm like considered like an upperclassman. I mean, obviously there's still seniors, but like with the 3 or 4 like year age gap, it definitely feels like pretty scary, and that like they're super intimidating. Most of the freshmen, when they come in, like, okay, I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite because like right now I'm like kind of like not like really bashing out on the freshmen, but like I specifically at my school, they do not know how to walk in the freaking hallways. Oh my god, like we have 5-minute passing periods and they'll be running to their class. I'm like, okay, there's no need to run. Like sure, like maybe fast walk if you've got like a minute left and you're far from your class, but there's no reason like the minute the bell rings to dismiss one class, you're sprinting to your other class. Like that's not necessary. Everyone's probably just gonna think you're weird. And then so like that's one thing, like don't run in the hallways if you're late. Like honestly, like one tardy at most schools I would assume like isn't that bad, and the teacher might not even mark you as tardy. Another thing is I mean, I would assume like all schools are like the same. Like one half of the hallway you walk this way, the other half of the hallway you walk this way, and people do not know how to walk, so you're going this way on this side and this way on this side. But then the freshmen switch it, and it's like no. And then most of like in between the hallways, the doors, it's like 3 doors. So I think it's 3. I don't think any of them have 4. So like obviously on this side of the hallway, the door here, you're going this way, and then the when you're going, okay, so you're going this way, and then the door over in front of here, it's going this way. But people also like to flip them, especially if there's this, okay, like I wish like you guys like knew although most of my subscribers are my friends, so you guys know like what I'm talking about. But like especially if you're coming right out of a staircase, I know it's tempting to just go like through that one, but please do not do that. Like that, oh my god, that makes people so angry. You don't know how to walk in the halls. And especially in my school, like we have a lot of stairwells, but there's like two or 3 main ones that people go through, and like only go through there if your class is like right there. Like if either the class you just came out of is right there, or the class that you're going to is right there. Like if I don't know, like if your class is like all the way here, the staircase, the popular staircase is here, but your class is all the way down here, go down the end of the hallway and go up that one. Like oh my god. And the same with the stairs. Like literally like the past few days, going from my 7th to 8th period, I literally stand in the hallway, not even entering the stairs for about 2 minutes, just waiting to move, because and then you get pushed and shoved, and oh my god, I wish people knew how to freaking walk. Okay, so my next piece of advice is probably going to be something that most people are going to tell you, is honestly join clubs and sports. I'm a cheerleader at my school, and so tryouts are typically like around like the first week of May or whatever, and then pretty much right as school gets out, or like the first week or so of June, cheer starts, and then cheer literally doesn't end until like March of next year, and then tryouts are again in like a month or two. So like personally, I think I would be like, my schedule would be way too busy if I were to join another club or like, I mean obviously I can't do another sport, but if I were to join like a club or something. But most sports are just one season unless you're like a dancer or a cheerleader. Those are most of the time two seasons, because you'll cheer or dance for football, and then you'll cheer and dance for basketball, which is normally also competition season as well. But like in your off season, or even if you are like, if you are better at time management than I am, and you can handle doing a sport and a club at the same time, go for it. Because honestly, like the more things you're involved in, like the better chances you have of like meeting new people. Or even if you're not involved in anything, like that's completely fine. I wouldn't say try out first involved in like a sport or something if you know that you're not gonna like it or anything, because if you make the team, then you go out with like the team and everything for like a month and you have games and everything, and then you decide you don't like it and quit. Like that's not good on like the team's behalf. This is more for like clubs, like photo club or something. Like try it like for a week or two, or even a couple of days, and if you don't like it, then you don't like it. But I mean, it's good to try new things and get involved. The lighting probably looks better now. Sorry, I didn't realize kind of how dark it was. The next piece of advice would be for people, like this kind of goes along with time management, which will be the following piece of advice after, but I think this is number 4. And so this would be if you bring your own lunch. So I'm really into cooking and baking and everything, so like so far what I'm going to try this year is, which I already messed up this week because I ran out of time. Clearly I don't have good time management, and I also forgot to go to the store. But I think like every like Sunday or so, you should go to this, like look up on like Pinterest or something, or even just Google for like a recipe that you'd be interested in. So pretty much like the weekend before, go shopping, and like maybe Sunday night or so you should make that meal. Like I know the first week of school I made I think it was like a pesto pasta, and so like every single day to lunch I brought that. I mean, I ate it cold, but like it probably would have been better hot. I mean, you could always heat it up in the morning and bring a thermos, but I'd say try to make enough for like at least most of the days of the week, if not all of them. Make some things so that way you can have like a big meal. Then maybe like every night right before you go to bed, you put it in a container, so that way in the morning, that way you could just put it in your lunchbox and you're pretty much ready to go, so that way you don't have to wake up like an extra 5 to 10 minutes earlier, depending on like how long or how big your lunch is to worry about packing and everything. So my 5th piece of advice is going to be like to deal with time management. So I don't know why I'm talking a lot with this hand, probably because this hand's like resting down because I have a table right here. So I don't know, I normally don't talk with my hands, but like I feel like it's just really awkward, and like I look dumb if I'm just sitting here and this looks I'm okay, almost just died. But what was I talking about? Honestly, use a planner. Like every single class you have, if you get homework, write it down. I even like to color coordinate mine, so like my classes will be in blue pen, and then the homework I have for that class will just be in pencil. And then if it's not due tomorrow, I'll put in red, like the day that it is due. I honestly do think planners really help you, because 1, that way you don't forget what homework you have, and 2, that way you can try to help you stay more organized. Because if you're motivated to, or I mean not necessarily motivated, it's going to take like 2 seconds. Although I mean I guess it would involve motivation, because I get too lazy to do it sometimes. I record on my phone, and pretty much I ran out of storage then, so I had to move the footage I was filming already from my phone to my iPad, and then I had to move stuff from my phone to my computer to my flash drive. And literally my Wi-Fi freaking sucks. Every single time I'm using my phone, my iPad, and my computer at the same time. Like that is like a lot or whatever, but like it's not like, and I'm all trying to like download and move stuff, so I mean I guess it does take up like a lot of Wi-Fi, but literally every single time I do it, my Wi-Fi shuts down. And I was literally at 96% uploading this long video downloading this long video from my phone onto my computer, and literally 96% and my Wi-Fi shuts down. So I have to start it all over again. I'm out here filming the rest and everything, so I'm probably gonna run out of storage again on my phone. So, but like then by that time, hopefully I'll be able to delete that long video that's on my phone. But I mean, it's pretty inconvenient. So if you couldn't tell, well, I mean, sorry, it's like all wonky back there, but it's like 2 hours later filming the rest of the stuff, or after like filming the rest of the stuff. I don't remember where I was at. I think I was at like time management and stuff, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, okay, well, I'm gonna be done with the advice part of the video, and like if you have any more questions for me or anything, like obviously like you can DM me or you can tweet me or like anything else. Oh, I think I have hiccups. Okay, but so far what I've learned in like my first 2 weeks or whatever for my junior year, I don't know how to word this. So like now that I'm a junior, like I definitely feel like it's a difference, like being like an upperclassman in like high school, whatever. It's not like I think I'm like better than other people. It's just like, I don't know, I'm more used to school, and like last year when I was a sophomore, I was like, okay, like now there's like 1 grade younger than me, and on cheer it felt like they were like pretty much the same age as me. It's weird that there's like people that are 2 years younger than me with like the freshmen and everything, especially now. Like, okay, so I was born in like 2001, right at the end. My birthday's December 23rd. Sorry, I'm like talking, okay, I mean, I know I always talk fast, but now I'm like talking weird and kind of shaking because it's actually chilly outside and it's in the shade right now, if you couldn't tell. But like, so like most of my friends, like we were all born in like either 2001 or 2002. Like people that are born in 2002 or 2003, so like some of them are definitely like a lot smaller. Like I feel like my like generation or whatever you want to call it is like definitely like the last people that are like have more of like the regular like average height or whatever for like their age and like gender and everything. Because like these freshmen, oh my god, like there's very few of them that are like over 5 feet. Well, I mean not like very few, but like most of them are like 5 feet or like smaller, and they all look like, but if I were out in public and I were to see them, I would literally think that they're in like 5th, maybe 4th grade. Like that's how young they look. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know. Whenever I see like people that are like a year older than me or whatever, I'm like, wow, they look so old, but then I realize I'm like, they're like, I'm pretty much their age, so I don't know if I look old or not. I should count how many times I say I don't know. Like how I did like the me struggle. Whoops, I kicked the table. How like I did like the me struggling in like my bake with me video. There's definitely like a difference between like the juniors and like me being a junior and me seeing the freshmen. Like I definitely think that there's a difference. It's like, okay, like when they're in the hallways, like I was talking about earlier. I've also realized, okay, I don't know how to word this without it sounding, oh my god, I gotta stop saying that. No, but like this is for real. Like I don't mean to sound like rude or anything, but like this is like the only way I can think of wording it. People literally don't give a shit about you. Not in the way that it's like, oh, like no one cares about you or whatever. Like people like don't give a shit enough about you to be able to judge you. I honestly don't think that you have to worry about that. Like obviously there's gonna be some really rude people, but it's not like the rude people, don't pay attention to them. They need to get their life together, and if they think it's okay to make fun of you, don't listen to them. They're jerks. To give it a nice word, they're jerks. Okay, I'm just getting like darker by the minute, but then if I turn up the brightness, the background gets brighter, but like, oh well. And the sunset looks so pretty. Like I don't think I'd be able to show you guys, but it looks prettier. Like obviously you can't see, but it looks prettier looking, and my window reflection is actually over there, which is kind of weird. But okay, before this video is like 40 minutes long, I think I'm gonna stop it here. But like I said earlier with like the advice, if you guys have any more questions or like anything about whatever, it doesn't even have to be school related, like DM me or comment down below. Okay, but down below you guys should comment what grade you're either in, or if you haven't started school, like what grade you're going to be in. But make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, morning, your life. Okay, bye guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't know.